So back in the apartment after some shopping. Soon my money will be done, and I definitely need more money in order to live. But most of all, I need to be rescued from the Nazi prison. Me and my daughters. Regarding the painting, so following like all sort of clues from viewers and more thought. So there is actually another, I would say, interesting possibility regarding the paintings. The value of the painting as evidence in a broad sense, and actually this can be actually tested by myself, but I don't have the energy right now to conduct microscopic tests. But maybe you can do it. Now that you have, I don't know. My mother has got two important paintings, and in a minute I will say why, from this aspect of and I don't know who is she working with, but if it's not only the Israeli intelligence, then possibly you can try to maybe you can gather important evidence. And if she's only with the Israelis, maybe another someone that is not only with the Israelis can acquire buy another painting from me, and this will also be interesting to see as evidence. So I'll tell you what I thought about the two paintings that she bought, like the Titanomachy and Titanomachy 2. So I actually worked on them during some time. Not on one night, or so, but some time, and they were changed actually. And many of my paintings, it's palimpsests, and painting over another painting, and it's with layers and all sorts of meanings. So, and they are pretty important, and it doesn't really matter why at that point. But because of their importance, there were two of the paintings that I regularly, hanged in the balcony of my mother's apartment, where I stayed for long nights painting, even before the house arrest, because I lived there since August. So they were for a lot of time regularly they were painted. Sometimes just in the balcony, in the inside, but sometimes on the outside. These paintings are quite durable, and they even withstand nights of raining sometimes. They were washed completely by water, but still, they are in fine condition, because this is because of it's high quality canvas, and it's thick layers of acrylic background with thick layers of oil, and also varnish, oil varnish. Almost all of it, with oil varnish or acrylic varnish, depends on the. So it's very. Of course, work of art, even of any kinds, shouldn't be treated that way. But mine were often treated that way. They were hanged in scald sand, and in washes of rains, and also outside, and before that in Shoham, and in my mother's apartment, and never mind really why. But it's all part of it was part of the journey and part of the show. Every prophet is a showman. Every prophet works in the show business. So, and in this balcony, I know that the neighbors regularly electrocuted me, and I didn't have anything to do, because in the room I was already, in my room I was electrocuted as well. I didn't have nowhere to be. I was like a hunted animal. So and I had so I just many nights I walked in this balcony, and I knew that I'm under attack, and they drove me crazy. But what could I do? Nothing. But and I actually spoke about in the YouTube channel. There are many videos where I say they're electrocuting me right now. So it's not a new thing. You can see watch videos from I've started from January, but before that I posted in Twitter, so you can see in Twitter as well when they walk in the balcony and say that I'm electrocuted. This is not a new claim. You can see, because I submitted many videos to Twitter, during all this time, and of course videos of the various works of art. So there is a possibility, actually. I don't know how probable, and actually this could be checked but maybe later I'll do it. But There is actually a possibility, rather strange one, but still something that should be checked, that the paintings that were hanged outside of the balcony for a long period of time, and the two that my brother bought are actually two of the ones that were spent a lot of time outside because they have major, symbolic value. This could be understood. I guess my followers can understand it just by inspecting the painting. But maybe sometimes some other time I will speak about these paintings. But some of it can be reduced really easily. So they were subjected to this electricity by text because I was sitting like that, and the paintings were hanging in front of me, like as a shield from the neighbors. Of course, shield that did not block everything, but surely they were shocked. I don't know what's the technology that is used, but it's kind of electric attack for certain. And if this is the case, and if indeed the oil and the acrylic and the canvas contained neros from my sweat and my spit, which is almost certain because I arduously worked on it, and so yes, it should contain neros for my sweat and my spit, not a lot, but certainly a little bit for certain. Because any drop of saliva of myself, you can see the nanobots in it. It's not something rare, but you just it's not as concentrated like it's in the semen, but it's there. This was it's manifested too. It was proven in microscopic videos. So there is because and these. And we already know that the oil paint is a good medium for the neros. Even though I don't know, if they can survive if it's completely dry, but it's almost never completely dry. It takes a long time for paint oil to be completely dry. So it's and some say that it's never completely dry. It depends on what the definition of dry, but it takes a long time for oil to actually dry. So it's more than possible that for some times, and maybe until now, but that for at least for several months, these paintings, and possibly others as well, possibly all of them, but specifically these two, were actually acted as alien aquariums. Now, added to the fact that it was out in the open, and surely, many microbes found its place over it. I myself even actually, I experimented quite a bit with biological microbes and with mold colonies at the time, and they were often placed near these paintings. This is also documented in Twitter and YouTube. So I myself, but you don't really need much experimentation because it's in the open, it's an open balcony. To the street. You don't need much that, and it was quite dirty balcony because it was never cleaned. So, I cleaned it a little bit, but I couldn't clean everything because there was such a mess in there. So it was pretty dirty. But more than it, but it was just open. So surely, many microbes found their way to the oil. So there is a chance actually that this painting acted at least for some times, but maybe still. And if they were, they were alien aquariums with neros, microbes, oil, and electricity from the dear neighbors. And if it was the case, it's possible that throughout all those months, the neros actually multiplied, and also they did what they like to do with microbes, which is to mutate them and also to create, I would say, synthetic equivalents of them, and then eat some of them and live with them, as we've seen so many times under the microscope. And if it was the case, so maybe at some point the oil completely dried and everything died, in the neros and the mutants and the synthetic life forms, and they're all dead. But even if it's the case, this would surely be, this surely, will be able to be detected under the microscope. And if they're still alive, it's even more interesting, because it means that, I mean, my mother unknowingly bought not just 2 paintings of of the alien representative, but also 2 quite amazing from like scientific point of view alien aquariums. If this is the case actually, and if you, whoever you are, actually check this or experimented with this, maybe you, I mean, probably you have much better microscope than I have, possibly even electron microscope, and it's actually I would be extremely interested to see, to watch like samples from such an alien aquariums with a much better microscope, maybe using other types of microscopy, not only backlighting. And if you have electron microscope, this could be like, I mean, surely it would be amazing. Like, I mean, the results should be, I mean, whatever they are, it should be like, I mean, out of this world amazing. So please, I mean, I mean, I don't have money to buy no new microscope, and I certainly don't have any access to electron microscope. So if you, I mean, if even if everything that I said is actually true, like all this theory actually is true, this possibility actually, I mean, came to be true, then I would gladly like to see, I mean, to watch, I mean, like photos from, I mean, like a high quality microscope, or I mean, certainly even electron microscope, but any high quality microscope will be very interesting, of samples from these supposedly alien aquariums.